Victor returns home and then climbs off the horse. Elizabeth asks, Victor, where have you been and what happened? Did you find this person? Elizabeth, I'm sorry, but there's something I must do. Victor then unpacks and starts to reassemble his equipment. Igor asking, Victor, what are you doing? You're putting all your equipment back together? Yes, Igor. I saw the creature. Did you kill it? No. It didn't want to kill me either. What does it want? It wants me to make it a companion, a female. He wants you to make him a bride? Yes, Igor. And I need you to help me. Assist me if you can. Of course I will, but are you sure you want to go through with this? After last time you changed your mind completely about this. I know I did. But all responsibilities for this will fall to him. Then a groundskeeper comes in, saying, Mr. Frankenstein, don't you ever knock? I'm sorry, sir, but it's Justine. Her body's gone. What do you mean? Well, we went to bury it this morning and someone took it off the noose. Wait, oh God. I fear that... Thank you for telling me. I'm sure someone took the body and disposed of it. We will do a memorial service for Justine, but right now I have work to do. Of course, but shouldn't you be grieving after the loss of your brother? I have no time to grieve. I have to do something to make it right. The creature then carries a body with him. 'Tis Justine's body. Looking down at her face, lifeless, he then says, Soon we will be together. You will be the Eve to my Adam. The creature then puts the body down and looks at her to admire her. The creature then also reaches into his pocket and looks at a copy of the Bible that he took from the blind man, saying, I've started to read it. I'll have to tell you the whole story when Victor has made you. Then, in Victor's lab, the creature then places Justine's body before him. Victor then looks in dread and says, Why? Materials, remember? So you had Justine framed for this? She is beautiful. I think she would make a beautiful bride. I don't know about the neck. I think it's broken, but you can fix it. I know you can make me this companion. No. Anyone but her. She is my choice. She is my materials. No. I won't do this, Victor said. I can't do this. It's an abomination. It's an act of God. The monster then grabs Victor and says, No! You will do this for me. You promised. And if you don't deliver, I promise that everything you love, I will destroy. Victor then tells the monster, I won't do this. The creature then drops Victor and says, You will. Or I will give you a fate that is terrible. Igor then walks in and says, "Oh, incredible. It does talk and think like you said it does. Who is this man?" "He assists me. I saved him, helped him, gave him a purpose. If you do not make this bride for me, then the only purpose I will have is to punish you." The creature then leaves and climbs out the window. Igor then looks at the body of Justine and says, He wants you to make him a companion out of her. I won't do it. She is a loyal friend and I can't have her brought back as this. We can't do this, Igor." "But Victor, we can't, Igor. Justine deserves respect, a proper burial." "I will tell the others that the body has been brought to us. We'll bury her in the morning." The next day, Victor explains everything to Elizabeth, that Justine's body was brought to him, and then they bury her, giving her a memorial, burying her next to William. Elizabeth then says, "Victor, are you coming?" "I'll be around shortly. I'd like to have a moment with my brother." "Of course." Victor then looks upon a tree and says, "I know you're there." The creature then comes from behind saying, "You know, I'll just dig her up again, and I will find other female bodies for you to do. I told you, I'm not doing this. Now leave. If I see you again, I will kill you." "You will try." Victor then arms himself back at the mansion, preparing weapons. Elizabeth saying, "Victor, please tell me what's going on." "I can't tell you, Elizabeth." "Then I don't think we can make this work. If you're to be my husband, I must have honesty." "Elizabeth, I'm afraid that if I do tell you everything, I will lose you. You will lose me if you don't tell." "Oh, Elizabeth, I've done something terrible, something evil, unspeakable." Victor then starts to cry. "I don't know if I can be the man you want me to be. Victor, whatever it is, we can get through this. We can." "Victor Frankenstein, will you marry me? Today?" "Today? I don't care about a big ceremony. I don't care about a party. I just want you. And then we can get through whatever this is together as husband and wife. The thing that I've done, he is bad. I told you we will get through this together. Now will you be my husband?" "Yes, yes I will," said Victor. "Igor, would you care to be my best man?" Yes, with honor," said Igor as he was walking into the room. Victor and Elizabeth then wed each other with a simple ceremony, with Igor and Baron Frankenstein and some of the house staff present. They then kiss, and Victor then says, "We have to hunt this person down. He killed William and he framed Justine. God only knows what he could do next. Shouldn't we alert the authorities?" "I have. They are going to search with us. Come, let us go. Igor, I want you to stay here and mind my father. He is still in great shock of William's death, of course, Victor." As they then ride off to search for the creature, upstairs in the mansion, in the master bedroom, the creature looks and sees them all riding off. The creature then looks and sees Baron Frankenstein asleep. He then turns around and says, "Someone there? Hello?" The creature then puts his hand over Frankenstein's mouth and says, "You must be Victor's father," basically meaning you're my grandfather. You know, Victor, what he was doing all that time in Germany? He was doing unspeakable things. The creature then smothers Baron Frankenstein, killing him. He then leaves the room through the window. Igor then comes up to the master bedroom and says, "Baron Frankenstein, may I come in?" He opens the door and says, "Victor and Elizabeth have gone to take care of this problem we have been having. Can I get you anything?" "Baron? Baron?" Igor then approaches Baron and checks his pulse. He then says, "Maid! Maid! I think Baron Frankenstein is dead." "Oh, gosh, no. Oh, that grief must have got to the poor man." "Yes, I think it might have." Igor then looks and sees that the window is wide open and says, "He was here." As the day goes on and draws to a close, Victor and Elizabeth arrive at a small cabin. As a storm begins, thunder and lightning and rain, one of the groundskeepers say to Victor, "Go on, go have your wedding night. It's not every night an bloke gets to do that. We'll keep guard." "Thank you." Victor and Elizabeth then go into their room to consummate their marriage, saying, "Brother and sister no more, but husband and wife now." They then start to kiss and make love until Victor hears a flute playing. Elizabeth then says, "What is it?" "I don't know." "Stay here. Lock the door. I'll be right back as soon as I can." Victor then leaves the room. He then says to one of the groundskeepers, "Did you hear a noise?" "I didn't hear anything." "I think something's wrong here. Come, let's search the ground." Meanwhile, Elizabeth, alone in the room, then notices a draft. Seeing the balcony door open, then with a flash of lightning, she is startled by a tall figure standing in the corner. She then says, "Oh, good God, you nearly gave me a heart attack. Wait, who are you? How long have you been standing there?" "Don't scream." "Well, it depends. Who are you?" "I don't think you'll want to see me. Step into the light." "No, you won't find my appearance very pleasing." "Step into the light or I will scream. Show me your face." The creature then walks into the light, revealing his face covered in stitches and disfigured. Elizabeth gasps and looks in horror, saying, "Oh my God, who are you? What are you?" "I'm a creation, rejected by the man that made me. He is Victor Frankenstein." The monster then explains everything to Elizabeth and even shows her the journal of what Victor has been doing. Elizabeth then saying, "Good God, this is why he couldn't tell me. He performed an act of God." "Now do you see? Who here is the monster? Him or me? I'd say he is for what he's done. He promised me a bride and he rejected that too. Now I just want revenge." "Look, I'm sorry for what he's done to you, to me, to us. But he is my husband. And I see now that he is trying to correct this mistake by getting rid of you." Victor and the men circle back and say, "There's nothing here." "No, I don't think there is. I must be hearing things." Victor then looks up at the balcony where his room is and sees that it is open. He looks up and says, "Oh, good God. Elizabeth!" Victor runs to the room. She then says, "You're an abomination. I'm sorry." "No, you're just as bad as he is." Elizabeth then shouts, "Victor!" Then Victor tries to open the door, saying, "Elizabeth, open the door!" The creature then grabs Elizabeth, holding her mouth shut. Then one of the men has a spare key that he unlocks the door with. Victor then walks in to the room and shouts to the creature, "You let her go now! Let her go! You hear me? Let her go! I always keep my promises, Victor Frankenstein." The creature then rams his hand through the bottom half of Elizabeth's torso, tearing her in half, killing her. Victor then shouts, "No!" The creature then runs out of the balcony and jumps as they fire for him. Then Victor tries to put her ripped in half torso back together and then gets her body onto a carriage, riding back to Frankenstein house. There he returns home, where Igor says, "Frankenstein, it is your father. I think the creature, I know, the creature killed him." "You're about to tell me that, aren't you? He's dead." "Victor, what is that you're holding?" "He killed Elizabeth, didn't he?" "I can't let you do this, Victor. I'm sorry, but you know what happened last time. Out of my way." "Victor, please, think about what you're doing. She would want you to let her rest in peace. Victor!" "If you won't help me with this, Igor, then you are just as useless to me. Out of my way." Victor then takes Elizabeth's body and then goes down to the graveyard area of the estate and digs up Justine's body, carrying that to his lab. He then decapitates both bodies and sews Elizabeth's head to Justine's body. And then, as the lightning grows louder and stronger, Victor manages to conduct the lightning and do what he did before. He then brings Elizabeth back and says, "Yes, yes, yes, you're alive! You're alive! You're alive!" Victor then dresses her and sits her down and says, "Say my name, Elizabeth. Say it. What is my name? You can do it." Elizabeth then raises her head, dizzy and disfigured with stitches on her. Victor then stands her up and then starts to waltz with her, remembering, saying, "Yes, that's right, Elizabeth. Yes." And for a brief moment Victor is happy, until the creature stands before them and says, "She is beautiful." "Stay away," said Victor. "She is not for you." "She is my bride now." Elizabeth then looks at the creature as she slowly makes her way to him. "Elizabeth, no." "Come on, come to me, Elizabeth." The creature then takes her. She then steps back. The creature then says, "Friend, friend." "No, she's not for you." Victor then grabs one of her arms and the creature grabs her other, saying, "She is mine. No, she is mine." Then the bride screams. She then looks at Victor and says, "Victor." "That's right. Victor. Victor." And then lets out a huge scream and sees herself in the mirror, horrified with her image. She then grabs a lantern and smashes it, setting herself on fire and running through the house, burning it to the ground. Victor then says to the creature, "I will hunt you down. I will hunt you down to the ends of the earth," shouted Victor. The monster then escapes. Victor then leaves the house as he watches it burn. A week later, what's left of the house is the foundation, burnt to the ground. Igor stands. "Oh, Victor, you caused your own pain." Then Igor is approached by a man with a briefcase and a long cloak, saying, "It's a shame. He was always a fine student when he was a young boy. Always was enthusiastic about science." "I'm sorry, who are you?" "I'm an old teacher of Victor Frankenstein. I taught him science and religion, and from what I have heard, he put both together. It seems that he has delved into a part of the human mind which should be, well, let's just say, man is not ready to know of the existence of gods and monsters." "Who are you?" Igor asked again. "Well, Mr. Igor, it is Igor, isn't it? I believe you and I can help each other. I have recruited a group of men that specialize in hunting supernatural beings, monsters, and I study them. I was wondering if you have anything to do with yourself, a purpose or anything." "Victor Frankenstein gave me a purpose, but for the last week I don't know what to do with myself. No one will look at me. I'm just a hunchback man that is ugly." Now, don't say that about yourself. How would you like to help me with this task at hand that I have?" "What is your task?" "Well, hunters hunt monsters, and I study them, and you seem to have assisted Frankenstein in making one. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Dr. Pretorius." And I see that this is the foundation of Frankenstein's estate. Say, that sounds like a good name for our group of men we are recruiting. A foundation, of course. We're just a group of hunters that are funded by the Vatican. It would be nice to be independent, but I don't think that's really much of an option now. Do tell me more, said Igor. Very well, come along. I have much to discuss with you. Months later, back in the North Pole, at the ship, Victor Frankenstein finishes his story to Captain Walton. Everything I loved I lost at my own hand. But I'm just beyond that now. I'm sick. And I'm dying. I'm just tired. So tired. Victor then slowly drifts away and dies. As for the captain, he then leaves the cabin. His crew then ask what happened. The man died raving, said the captain, talking about making some monster. Then a huge cry is heard from the cabin. The crew then quickly go to the cabin, and there they see the creature weeping over Frankenstein's body. Horrified and looking, the captain then says, "Who are you?" "He never gave me a name." "Why do you weep, this man?" He rejected me. He denied me happiness, so I took it from him. He was a bastard, but he was still my father. The crew then build a funeral to burn Frankenstein's body. One of the crewmen say to the captain, "We can't have this thing here. This thing was given life by this man. He should only bear witness." As they are about to prepare for a memorial service, the creature places the journal of Frankenstein on his body. And as they're about to pray, the ice begins to break. The crew hurry and rush back to the boat. As for the creature, with the torch in his hand, falls into the water and the flame is extinguished. The creature swims to Frankenstein's body on the piece of ice he is floating on. Captain Walton says, "Come with us." "I am done with humanity," said the creature. "I am done." The creature then drifts away, floating further and further into land of the North Pole. As for the ship, it is then free. One of the crewmen say, "So what now, Captain?" "Home. Let's go home. There's clearly nothing here." The crew then start to sail and turn the ship around as they head home. As for the creature, he drifts further into land. The creature then buries Frankenstein's body in the snow. The creature finds refuge in an ice cave. Every day he visits where he buried Frankenstein. And then he takes out the Bible and starts to read it once again, as he has read it many times before. The journal and the Bible being the only two things for the creature to read. The creature then goes to Frankenstein's burial again and kneels down and says, "Why am I so immune to the cold? Why can I not feel? Why? The creature then kneels down and grieves in loneliness and isolation on a powerful snowstorm that buries him in the snow, freezing him. The creature then wakes up in a small, isolated hospital room. He then gets up and then goes, huh, huh, as he hits the wall. Then, on an intercom, a voice says, "Now stay calm. You're in a bit of shock and you've been frozen. Where am I?" The door then opens. Dr. Whale walks out and says, "You speak. Good. Communicating's not going to be difficult then. Who are you? And where am I?" "Can you tell me what year it is?" "Last I remember it was 1795, or 94. "Really?" "Where am I? And what the hell is this place?" "You're safe. My name is Dr. Jim Whale. I'm a scientist here at the Foundation." "The Foundation?" "Yes, the Foundation. We're in an underground facility in London. It's the year 2024 AD. 2024? Yes. Well, a week from now it will be 2025. You've been asleep for over 230 years. Are you going to be all right?" "Yes, it's just... I just wondered, why am I still alive?" "That's what we would like to find out too, if you would allow us to." "Allow you to?" "Yes. Let's start with your name. What is it?" "I don't have one."